Today, I want to talk to you about your environment and its connection with loving yourself. We all know that our surroundings impact on our moods. If you think about things like color therapy and aromatherapy and mood lighting and those sort of things, they matter. And I'm talking to you today from my purpose-built office, which I love. And I know how privileged I am to have a whole separate space all to myself. Literally what Virginia Woolf referred to as a room of one's own. And I'm even more privileged by the fact that it was built just for me. So I got to decide on everything about it, right from where on the property it was placed, to the colour and location of the electrical sockets, and to all the different pieces of furniture and where they're placed. Now, I love my office, not just because it's really, truly mine, but also because it's filled with things that bring me joy that I've either bought for myself or that have been given to me by people who truly value, cherish, and support me. Members of my fan club, if you will. And I'll be talking more about fan clubs tomorrow. From where I'm sitting, I can look at the wall opposite and see the beautiful wreath my eldest daughter bought me, knowing how much I love wreaths and knowing I particularly love the pretty one that she chose for me. To my right is a half wall of corkboards where I have pinned up, the usual things like reminders and paperwork that I don't want to lose, because I'm pretty good at losing paperwork, but also postcards and pictures sent to me by people that I love for no reason than they were thinking of me. On the table beside the chair in the reading nook is a beautiful handmade and painted ornament from Sarah, a talented artist friend of mine. And Josephine, another artist friend, painted and decorated an elephant for me, knowing they're my favourite animal. That is hanging up over the chair in my reading nook. Behind me, I have a bunch of flowers that are made from the pages of a copy of Ulysses that would otherwise have been pulped. They were sent to me by my artist friend Sarah when I was recovering from a near fatal illness, so that I would know that she was thinking of me and sending me all good wishes for recovery. And clearly they helped, because I'm still here. I also have fresh flowers behind me, and usually lilies, because I love the scent of them. And because cats are allergic to them, we can't have them in the house, because I love my cats more than I love the flowers. And also behind me is a gorgeous piece of art that my younger daughter made, and it represents me as Medea, because she said that she feels that I love my children as fiercely as Medea loved hers. Of course, we'll just ignore the fact that Medea actually killed her children and moved swiftly on. Just in my peripheral vision here to my left is, I can show you this, a shot glass. Now, this was appropriated from a club in Singapore when I was out with a good friend of mine who has since died. This glass is from the last wild night that we had out together before he died. And when I catch sight of it, I smile, because although James is no longer here, the sight of the glass reminds me of how much fun he was and how kind and generous he was, and of how well we worked together, and also of how well we played together when we weren't working together. I also have things like pots of lip balm and good hand cream close by to remind me to take care of my physical self while I'm working. Then, of course, I am surrounded by books, and books make me feel happy. And also, for a number of reasons, they make me feel safe. And these books are either books that I've bought for myself or books that have been given to me, again, by people who know me and know what I'd like to read, and people who appreciate me. I also have plenty of candles because I love candlelight, and I also have incense because good smells are important to me. But it's not just here in my office that I'm surrounded by things I love from people I love. Years ago, I went through my house and removed everything in every room, photographs, mementos, gifts, etc., that were from people who do not support me, people who treat me badly, and people who do not, basically, love me. Mainly I'm referring to members of my immediate family, in case you hadn't guessed. Some things were put straight into the bin, and others were donated to the local charity shops who were only too delighted to get them. Then I chose to only put on display photographs and other reminders of people who do love, support, value, and cherish me, and who I also love, support, value, and cherish. And it really works, because everywhere I look in my home and in my office are reminders of people who genuinely have my best interests at heart, not just people who say they do. These are from people who believe in me and people who delight in my successes. And this means that my good days are better. And my bad days aren't made worse by having sight of things that remind me of people who hurt me. So your mission today, should you choose to accept it, is to go through your home and any other spaces where you spend a lot of your time and get rid of anything that does not remind you of your worth, of your value, and of people who love and support you. Give it a week and see if your sense of yourself has improved, or if you're feeling more love for yourself than before. And let me know, because I'm interested. And if you'd like more tips on how to love yourself, I have a video that's brimming with practical exercises. And if you'd like the link to it, please feel free to email me. It's hazel@traumarecovery.ie. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to talk about fan clubs. Take care.